Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Edward 16. This is the channel where I talk about the various books that I read regularly. I am an avid book reader and this is the channel through which I put my views forward on the various books that I read every day. Now, if you have already seen my previous video, you will be knowing that the present book that we are discussing is The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David Schwartz. We have already discussed the two chapters, first chapter and second chapter of this book, and today we will be talking about the third chapter. Now, the third chapter says, build confidence and destroy fear. Build confidence and destroy fear. Now, the this feeling of fear, and we consider this feeling of fear as a negative feeling, right? So when we feel fear, we feel jittery, we start sweating and everything, and therefore we consider it as a negative quality. But what I feel is that this feeling of fear is your mind, your brain working to show that what could go wrong in the work that you are doing. It is actually a process of making you alert of some possibilities, some negative possibilities that you might encounter in the path of achieving your goal, right? And this possibilities, if you do not have fear, if you do not, this fear actually generates the negative thoughts in your mind, and these negative thoughts are, apprehensions or intuitions that what could go wrong. Okay, so if you are afraid, suppose we take an example, you are going for a meeting, right? Now if you are not fear, if you are not afraid of that, that situation, that means you are very confident. That means you have actually worked on every loophole that can occur in that meeting. You have prepared your meeting beforehand, you have rehearsed it many times, you have also checked that how it is going, is it fitting in within the time limit or not. If you are been able to synchronize your words, your speed of speaking with the speed of the presentation or not, and if you have well prepared yourself for answering any unforeseen question that can jump up to you by the various clients, the wise people who are sitting before you. So if you are not feeling afraid of that meeting, that means you must be very, very, very well prepared, or you must be very, very, very experienced person who knows that what can go, what kind of questions can be posed to you. And if you have, given that presentation many times before, then also you will be very confident and you will not feel afraid, right? So the teachers, if I take the example of the teachers, they feel very confident and they do not feel afraid or jittery before giving, before any lecture uh, conduction in the class. This happens because that is their profession. They have given that lecture, they have given they have delivered that lesson many a times before, and that has helped them to develop their confidence, right? So they are therefore not afraid of that session because they are doing it. That is their part of their profession. They're doing it many times a day. So this is how the fear acts. If you are doing something for the first time, fear is always for the unforeseen. When you do not know, know that what is going to happen, then you feel afraid, then you feel fearful, right? So the thing that can beat fear is confidence. And I would say many of the people, will be advising you to stop the negative thoughts and rather focus on positive thoughts. I would say that if you are getting negative thoughts, that is a natural way of your mind to tell you that what can go wrong, what are the possibilities, what are the negative possibilities that are going to come, and that is how your mind is preparing you. So if you are afraid of something, always, allow your mind to think some of the negatives also. When you have the negatives working, when you have the points, the negative points before you, you will be able to understand that what can go wrong, and then only you will start working on those points. Okay, so suppose if you feel that I might during the rehearsal you have seen that you are getting stuck at some point, so you will feel afraid that in the presentation, if I get stuck at this point, then what will happen? That is the fear. So instead of being fearful about it, why not to practice it more than once or more than ample of time, so that you do not stuck out at that point, you do not get stick to that point, right? So that thing happens that do not stop your mind to pose to show you what negatives are there in that situation. Your mind creates the negative thoughts to make you alert, so that it gives you a time to get prepared beforehand, so that you when the thing happens in the real time, you should be in a prepared form. You should always be in a prepared form, and that will actually help in building up your confidence. Why there are so many people who feel so confident when they go and face the public, and there are people who feel jittery, who start getting sweat, who get sweat, who feel very underconfident in the public speaking. It's only because the people who are confident in public speaking, they have worked on that work and they have developed their confidence. They have stood before the mirror, or they have stood before the video and have practiced a lot and have developed their confidence, and that's why they feel so prepared. And preparedness only can annihilate the fear from your mind, right? So that is the whole essence of this chapter: build confidence and destroy fear. So if you practice something many, many, many times, your confidence will be built and you will be able to destroy the fear. I can remember one example from my life in during my board examination. So in in our education system, the board examination is considered to be, one of the milestone in your career. So in my board examination, that was my secondary board examination, I scored 100 out of 100 in mathematics. Okay, so mathematics is a very difficult subject. It is considered to be a very difficult subject and a source of fear for many. But I was very confident even before the exam, even before the conduction of the exam, because I had practiced the subject so much and so well. I was very confident and I already knew that I will score above 95. Well, it came out to be 100, so that I would say a little luck also favored. But I was confident that I will score 95 out of 100, and if some mistake happens because of unforeseen situation, so that only will take 5 of my marks and not more than that. And see, I got the result. I got 100 out of 100. So that is the beauty of confidence, and confidence can be built only if you have the motivation of fear in your mind. Consider fear. Do not never think fear to be a negative feeling. Fear is a very positive feeling. It actually makes you alert of the various unforeseen situations. So try to write down those points, that what negatives can happen. Only when you will know the negatives, then only you will be able to fix those, and you will be able to be prepared of those. I have seen my father whenever he goes for for any work, whether be it office meeting or be it some official work in some office. Okay, so every time he would always think of that what could go wrong if I don't have this paper. So take a photocopy of this paper. He will always be prepared with everything, and nobody will be able to find a loophole or a gap, and nobody will be able to tell him that you don't have this thing, and that's why today your work will never be done. Okay, so I have seen him being so prepared in everything. So that preparedness is actually what helps in building his confidence. And by seeing him, I have also developed this thing in me, that we have to be always prepared for everything. And preparedness can only come when we will give importance to the negative thoughts and the negative feelings. So negative thoughts are not negative as per. I would say the fear and the negative thoughts can be converted into positive if we take into consideration and prepare ourselves to deal with those negatives if they occur. Do not think in this way that I will think positive and therefore this will never occur. Okay, so this will never occur. You never know what is going to occur. So you have to, give importance to the negative things, and you have to remain prepared to deal with those negatives. Okay, so this is what the essence of this chapter is: build confidence and destroy your fear. I would say that I would, twist this heading a little: build confidence and take inspiration from your fear. Build confidence and take inspiration from your fear. If you are afraid of something, work on that, build confidence, success will be yours. Let us keep this here in this episode, and in the next episode I'll talk about chapter 4 of this beautiful book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Till then, stay content, keep working, and be happy with your life. Till then, have a great day. Bye.